My name is Anna, or Anna, depends on how you pronounce it. I'm 16 and I'm from Germany.
I'm from Denmark and my name is Caroline. I'm 16.
我叫 Tom， 我还有一个中文的名字曾阳泰。
My name is Melissa. I'm 16 years old.
We are exchange students in Shenzhen, and this is our exchange life.
我想学中文，但是我去年去过台湾6个礼拜。我现在要继续学中文。我对中文的文化很有兴趣。我上深圳特别好的学校。其实我很喜欢深圳的生活，因为四川的事情非常好玩，挺好玩。街舞的四川也真不错，但是我之前3个月开始练跳舞，所以我的跳舞还不够好，我觉得还不好看。A4 的四川，但最后我已经拍摄一个Academy 的视频，我觉得很好玩。
Here, this is a very difficult, very delicate time.
其实我这已经搞笑，因为我上德语课，但是我不用上德语课，但是我可以帮助 Alex 老师，我们的德语课老师。
20. Yeah.
我的语文有可能有很多意思，也很有趣，但是我听不懂。除了 public speaking， 还有英文课，我不管课，因为我自己学习。我这也有一点尴尬，因为我还没学物理、生物学、化学课，所以我一定不会。
Actually, my family used to live in China. My mother lived for 8 years and my father for 12. I was born in Hong Kong in China. But when I was 2, we moved back to Denmark, so I don't remember anything. But I kind of wanted to see what it was like if we had stayed in China. I like to read books, mostly fiction. I sometimes go by myself to the library or Shenzhen丨异乡, which is very close to where I live. They have a couple English books as well. I think those books are interesting, so I like to read some. Also, there are some books that can help me learn Chinese, so they can be very helpful when we're studying.
Well, mostly my motivation was learning Chinese. So I think that may sound stupid, but it's like a great advantage in the future if you know how to speak German, English, and Chinese, I think. Especially Chinese, because like China is a big country and it's developing and everything. So I think it's quite important to know the language. That was my biggest motivation, and just like getting to know different people, different culture, like the simple basic things everyone would say.
It's like my mom is Chinese, so I wanted to get to know her culture a bit more. And I'm pretty much interested in Asia generally, but China the most. And I was like, I like the language and I can talk a bit, but I want to learn how the characters and how to write Chinese. And I want to get to know more Chinese people and the culture here and those things.
Melissa and I, my other friend, we've been walking around Shenzhen, like just simple places like malls and like Coco Park or Huaqiang Bay. And for the food, like Chinese food is awesome. It's just too spicy most of the time for me because like I'm German, I can't eat spicy. The most shocking part was probably when my little brother came into my room and handed me something, and I thought it looked a little weird, and then I took a closer look and it was a head of a rabbit. So my little brother just came into my room and gave me a rabbit head and said, "You can't eat it." And then I went into the living room and my father was sitting there with like 10 rabbit heads and just eating them.
A lot of the things you eat in China you don't do in Denmark.
I like Chinese food. It's different from German food. German food is a bit plain, I would say. I like spicy. I like to eat spicy food. My host family doesn't like to eat spicy food, so that's sad. So I don't get to eat that much spicy food. But I think that China has a lot of variety on food, like a lot of food that you can try here.
Eating is such a big part, and like getting together with your family, I think that's quite nice.
对啊 ，pause。就是有可能刚刚看到了我的妹妹，她才2岁半，我的弟弟6岁，他还在1年级，还有我的男人，我的爷爷，还有我的爸爸妈妈，还是寄宿家庭爸爸妈妈，对啊，还有我，或者中国的生活，但是比德国不一样，非常不一样。
I would say I can talk a bit Chinese, so it's not that hard for me. But like learning all those characters is like when you're reading, you can sometimes guess like, oh, it looks like that one. But when you have to memorize them and write them down on yourself, it's like, do I have to make that dot or not? It's pretty hard because one dot can make it a whole different character, and I'm not that good at memorizing them.
The tones, many of the words sounds very similar. You don't know if a person is saying eyes or glasses. And many people, many of my classmates like my eyes, but in the beginning I didn't know if they talked about my eyes or my glasses. There's just tiny differences, and it's something else. You need to memorize everything. If you want to write something, you need to memorize every single word. You can't really guess as much. Actually, I joined a club at school, the Schufatro and handwriting. I'm not very good, but I'm learning, so it's nice.
I think the most difficult part may be the writing, but if it's just about the talking, it's like the talking itself, like actually to start talking. Like I know quite a lot of words and vocabulary, and I understand quite much if the person speaks slowly, but actually to start talking Chinese myself is quite hard.
You probably get more open-minded, so like also to new culture things, or like the eating habits are different. But if you're getting back to Germany, you're maybe more open-minded to that, because probably you said, oh, I don't want to eat 虫子.
Tastes like fried shrimp.
This is good. This is good. This is good.
We can eat food.
其实这样子的虫子真的有一点香，所以但是它的肉有点软，所以好吃，好吃，有可能有一点可怕，但是现在其实最好吃，就是然后就好吃。If you see that other people are eating other things or doing other things than in your country, you might think, or it's changing your opinion, your perspective. So that's pretty. I think that's pretty important.
Well, I think it's interesting to see a completely different culture, because that's really a big difference between Denmark and China. I really like the part where everyone is family, even if you don't know each other a lot. Like you meet someone, for example, at school. Not even a week after I started at school, my friend and I already decided we would give each other presents on our birthdays. In Denmark, it could take months and you could still feel like you're not really friends. I like that part about China.
If you ever have the chance to do like exchange here, just do it. Like it's the best thing you can do. Like you get to know so many different things in person. If you're just like reading a book about something, you don't really have the experience you have when you actually go somewhere. And if you're still young, you can experience so many more things.
Thanks for watching and following us around Shenzhen.
And don't forget to subscribe to Ace Studio.